Follow. Cause your Jeffrey is going to Bilbao. Wagwan Jeffries. I know the game's next week, but I'm telling you now, guess who got good news from United? I've been allocated a ticket for Bilbao.
What the f*** is that?
Oh, he's happy now. Yeah. Have you seen the prices online? They're going for £700 minimum.
I've got 50p. You.
Here's the categories of bands. I'm in f***ing green, so it looks like I'm sat in the gods. But you know what? I don't give a shit. I am going to Bilbao, and I've got a ticket for the final. A European final. Might not mean shit to United. We'll get onto that in a minute. It might not mean nothing to them, but it means everything to us, Jeffries. So a bit of news for the Europa League. This is going to be a bit of news, right? I want it to be quick as well because I am absolutely knackered and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I've got to set off at 12 o'clock tomorrow to get down there because it's 4.5 hour drive. And I piss like a racehorse, so I'll have to have about 12 stops. On to the first one. Fabrizio Romano's come out and let us know that Kuleveski, Bergval are all injured. We want to play their best team. Do we get every single one of their best players out? We'll take anything we can get. Sod the lot of them. Do you know when you think this club can't get any worse? You know, like I was saying above here, the club is a joke. Our aspirations for next year are to finish in the top 6. Manchester United's aspirations, I'll just reiterate that, is to finish in the top 6. Put a 1 in front of that 6, and that's where we will be next season. I've seen this. Oh, Glazer looks like Charles Bronson. But apparently the Glazers are not happy with Ratcliffe. It's causing unrest between them both. Because, you know, him coming out saying, that, you know, how bad the state of the club is and stuff. He owns part of it, but the Glazers are not happy. They're never happy. Fucking bald ponytail wearing prick. The ref has been appointed. You can see he's doing the fucking Hitler impression there. Anyway, so he's been appointed for the for the Europa final. He's only been done for match fixing in the past. And I'd be happy that we could just slip a couple of hundreds in his top pocket. But because we're skin. Ratcliffe won't. He'll be like, do you accept Glarner? I felt sorry for Ruben the other day after West Ham. I've just mentioned West Ham and then I just had a massive flashback of what happened that game. I've still no idea. Amorim came out and you could tell he was pissed off in the interview that he did, and you could see the passion was coming out of him a bit, right? You know, like when you're midway through a and it's dangling out like the Titanic. And you know, if you don't push through, it's going to go straight back in. So you put all your effort into it. That's what he was like in his interview. That's disgusting! But he said he's really embarrassed. In 26 games to win just 6. Something is wrong in the way we play football. Has it taken you 26 games to realise this bunch of are not good enough? Oh, it's not good when a manager comes out and says that, does it? He's had 26 games and won 6. He is statistically the worst manager we've ever had. And it's not even his fault. And it's gone everywhere. Talk Sport are a bunch of pricks, right? The Muppets that they got on there, they just want to go clickbait mad, don't they? You got a bond law on there, that says everything, you know what I mean? But you get all them Muppets on there. I think he should be sacked. This is a disgrace. He's not even been backed. He's not even had one player, that's his. Christ. The 3 at the back doesn't work in the Premier League. What do you think fucking Man City do, dickhead? What do you think Nottingham are doing? What do you think Chelsea do? Oh, absolute idiots. Because it's United and they have an agenda against United. 3 at the back will never work in the Premier League. No, Pep's just won 4 titles doing it. Sorry, I ain't got pink eye. Nobody's farted on the pillars that I'm holding. I've just got a really itchy eye. Yeah, so Ruben's come out and said he speaks to the board, you know, about what the team needs and stuff like that. He's got to be careful because if he starts saying, do you know what, lads? You're doing a shite job. I need 12 players. Go and get them, mate. They'll be like, do you? Do you really want that? Go and play FIFA and get the out club. You're having 1 player and be happy about it. Play with what you've got. But yeah, he's come out and said he knows exactly what we need. I know exactly what we need. We need Madrid's team, basically, or PSG's team. But yeah, he's identified what we need. And he's gone to the board about it and said, please, can I have these? Sad, isn't it, when your manager's having to go to the board and having to beg for stuff because he can see it going really, really bad. Now, we're getting on to the nitty gritty here. I've got to breathe for this. There's Twatcliffe in all his glory. I could strangle him with that fucking tie. But players, right? The men that got us to the final, right? The very people that are bringing in the sponsorships have been limited to 2 complimentary tickets each.
It's a disgrace.
Some of these players, like, no tomorrow, right? They have litters of kids. Some of them have about 6, 7 kids. We only limited to 2. 2 per player because Jim is a tight-ass prick. So's Glazers. They're both in it together. I know every time the media always put Jim for the limelight, but the Glazers are behind this as well. They don't do the decision behind their backs. No. They do it collectively. They're all a bunch of so they've all said, no, you can have 2 tickets each, and that's it. None of the staff at Manchester United have been given a ticket to go. The very people that work 24/7 round the clock in this club, right? No matter what state we're in at the minute, some of these people have been here for over 20 odd years, yeah? They do the day-to-day runnings of Manchester United. Not one of them, not one member of staff has been given a ticket. And it's prompted, and fair play, right? He's turned the tide with this. Look at this. He has paid, I think, 30 members of all his coaching staff for them and their families to go to the final next week because Ratcliffe and the Glazers don't want to pay it. You can't make this up, can you? So the club are refusing to pay their own staff to go over to the final to be part of the success that they helped towards. You know what I mean? It's not just the players on the pitch. There's shit that goes on behind the scenes. But they're not invited, right? Because Jim wants to cut back, and so does the Glazers. They all want to have a big cutback. No, we're not spending it. We're not spending that on tickets. Have you seen how much they are? Getting resold online for £700. Tottenham paying for every single one of their staff to go. Every single one of their staff are going because Tottenham paid for it. Since Amorim did that as well, there's been a big outcry by ex-players and everything. It's kicked off royally. And Eric Cantona, he said he's going to fund another 30 staff. Bruno Fernandes said 50. He'll do 50. Patrice Evra, 30. It's gotten to players and ex-players having to pay for our own staff. Players that have not even been here for over 20 years. Players that are not even affiliated with the club anymore are coming out and saying they will actually pay to get the staff there because it's a f***ing joke. It is disgusting.
It's a disgrace.
This club cannot get any worse, can it? But oh no, wait a minute. So United have opted to celebrate with a fucking barbecue at the training centre. Not for the fans, just for the players. The staff are not invited. They can get a fucking shitty leftover hot dog if they're lucky. That's what you do at that's what you do at a five-a-side. You have a piss up, play footy, have a barbecue. Manchester United, the biggest football club in the world, can't be asked doing a parade because it'll cost too much in fuel in a f***ing bus. They'll have to get one bus because the staff are not invited. Oh, we're having a barbecue and nobody's invited. This is a joke. These are absolutely disgusting, vile bastards, aren't they? Jim's supposed to be a United fan, apparently. Knows all the culture about United. Clearly don't, do you, Jim? Yeah, I think a barbecue would be good. The fans. I'm a fan, and that's all you need. I'm your number one fan. The cuts don't stop there. So, United have scrapped the end of season awards dinner that we've done traditionally every single year. They have scrapped it because of the disappointing performance this year. They thought, okay, you're not even getting a trophy. You'll just get a certificate saying well done. This club is actually finished, innit? I have never seen it be this low. Even the Glazers didn't stop this. It's since Jim's come in and he's gone, do you know what, we can save 20 quid here. And the Glazers have gone, that sounds really good. Do it. I have to laugh or else I cry because it's actually that much of a joke. And then this. I guarantee you'll can win next week if this is true. The salaries will increase by 25% if we win the Europa. So that just tells you everything, right? Just before we go into that final, where the incentive is. They know if they win, they're getting a massive pay rise, right? Sacking every bastard in the club, but they get a pay rise for finishing, which will probably be 17th once we get dicked by Villa next week. Don't listen to the bullshit that say, no, it's all for the fans. Nope, it's for their back pocket. When I was saying about the open top bus, look at this stuff, looking like a confused Scooby-Doo. Paul Merson slams Manchester United for snubbing a trophy parade. Think about the fans. Do you know what? It's at that point, none of us give a shit anymore. Keep your parade, keep your trophy, shove everything up your ass, right? All we want is you to go. And we're going to be making that known. It has been sorts. Well, it's been planned now. Another protest after the Villa game. Well, during the Villa game. I'll read up more about it closer to the time because I don't know if we're staying in or, outside or what. But another protest again. I'll be there. I've been at every single one. And the ex-pundits kicking in again. Gary Neville, the biggest supporter of Manchester United, has backed Tottenham. Shock. But he's actually come out and said there's not one Manchester United player that would get into a Spurs team apart from Bruno. Cheers, Gary. You know, just a week before the final, you just come out and lick Spurs' arse, even though they're below us in the league. And despite all the injuries we've had, and, you know, the actual good players that we do have, they do exist, my friend, not just Bruno. You wouldn't think he's an ex-United captain, would you? And supposedly a fan of United. It says fan debate, not prick debate. And then Scholes, you know, because he came out and fucking backed Arsenal last week. Why wouldn't he support Spurs this week? But even he said, I have no logical reason why United should win it. So he's basically saying United have got no chance to win this. Again, Spurs are below us. You do know that. Spurs are below us this year, but you know. But yeah, Scholes is going for Spurs as well. So great. What did I tell you? That Juju juice. See? Xerxes on his way back. Delo's magically come back now. Season ender. Oh, wait. Oh, is there a final? Did you say there's a final? Oh, yeah, I'm ready again. So apparently he's been doing single man training. So, you know, I'll cheer him on. I'll get my tits out and show him at the in the away end when we're 6-0 down. On the other hand, Euro and Delit are still missing. We do need at least one of them back for the final. Bit of a kick in the bollocks, that one. We need one of them. At least one of them back. I mean, it's going to be Lindelof in the final, innit? God help us. But if we've got Maguire and Euro or Maguire and Delit, we can kind of, you know, deal with his f***ups. But it's Lindelof, innit? He's guaranteed to up more than once. But you know what I mean? If we can get both back, buzzing. So yeah, Amorim came out after the West Ham game and he said something. He dropped the line like something along the lines he might quit or something. And people just ran with it and lost their shit. You know, didn't understand what he actually said. So he's come out and not like clarified it. But basically said, if United do not win this Europa League, we are fucked. I'm just translating it for you because it's Portuguese, you know what I mean? I've got to do me translating for you. But basically, if we don't win the Europa League, fucked. And basically, it's going to be worse than this year. And he's already pre-warned us that. He said there will be no investment. We're going to be having the same players. It's going to be even worse. And he will probably be sacked. 100%. Our whole season depends on one game against Tottenham. Our existence depends on that one game. Because I'm telling you now, if we have no influx of money and we get no players in summer, we are going down. I am not exaggerating that. We will go down.
You're going down.
Oh, and then Amorim pissed me off with this a little bit. I'm not going to lie. He keeps saying he needs more time. He's had time with this shower of shite, right? He's had weeks between games before. And we look worse every time he has more time with them. So I'm going to go against you there, Amorim. I don't think you do need more time, my friend. These need a rocket up their ass, right? And to be playing, you know, having less time with you. Because every time they have a week away with you, they look in the next game. You're not going to hate me. Mazraoui came out and says how we're all feeling. The Europa League season has been a big success, but still the Premier League's been a bit shitty, hasn't it? That's a player coming out saying that. And this man's come from Bayern Munich. I bet he's like, what the f*** have I joined here? Why have I come to this? It's a shitty season.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
And yeah, this was a quote that went a bit mental. Ruben Amorim is more focused on securing Champions League than actually winning the Europa League trophy. It's not good, that, is it? When you'd rather qualify for a competition rather than winning actual silverware. Ooh, it leaves a bit of a sour taste, doesn't it? Winning a trophy is winning a trophy. It's making history. You know what I mean? It's putting a tally onto your team's history. You know what I mean? We'll be on 70 major honours if we win it. One more than Liverpool, but you know. They'll remind you and they'll cry like, but you've not won 6 Champions Leagues, so have you? Fuck off. And then, I don't know who the f*** this prick is, but I read this and then I could have punched my phone. But Richard Keys, whoever he is, he's a prick. But he's gone mental about the fact that Tottenham or United are going to the Champions League and saying UEFA should be stepping in immediately and stopping this because we're near the relegation. I'm sorry, but that was the whole part of this competition. Whoever wins it goes to the Champions League. It's been like this for what? Since it started? But no, because Manchester United are in it, and despite where we're finishing, oh no, there's a big fucking issue now, isn't there? When it Frankfurt that won it, and they finished 11th in Bundesliga. Nothing said there though, was there? What a load of shit. The Champions League's not been the Champions League for how many years? It was previously, as it says on the tin, only 4 champions. Then it got changed to, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and it got completely changed. It got ruined then. And there's more teams in it now than ever. And there's a league phase now, so it's completely ruined. So what are you f***ing on about, you prick? Getting blacklisted, Richard Keys. It looks like he's had a key. And then next week, apparently, 80,000 Manchester United fans are going to be descending upon Spain. Spain is going to be red next week. There's going to be so many United fans there. It's going to be unreal. You won't be able to turn without seeing a United fan. Christ, am I going to struggle to get a pint, but it's going to go off next week. It is going to be mental. And the locals that tried to threaten me in the last match saying, oh, we'll see you at Bilbao. I guarantee you won't. You have to get through the sea of 80,000 Manchester United fans, let alone the Spurs fans that are coming over. Because they won't travel with just 10,000, will they? They'll come over with about 30k. We will take over Spain next week. It's going to be absolutely mental, and I can't wait for it. I've got my Unicorn Lilo booked. I've got my special United shirt ready. My Guinness hat is ready. Oh, I can't wait, Jeffries. I can't wait. Not a lot of people cottoned onto this. But when you normally see a player say, it's been a dream come true to play for this club, and they're going into a cup final, and that could be their last chance salute, that's exactly what I see this as. I think that's Bruno's goodbye. I hope it's not. You don't just randomly come out with that when you're linked to move away from the club. You know what I mean? If you're playing your dream and you've not come out and quelled the transfer suspicions, you know what I mean? I'm trying to read between the lines here, but I think that's his goodbye. I'm gonna do one of them protests for oil. I'm gonna glue my hands to his drive and lie there. I'm gonna glue my bollocks to his drive so he can't get in or out. He's going nowhere. But anyway, I've got my new phone coming tomorrow, so it's going to be a better view for you. Hopefully it comes in time so I can film it, because I've got to set off quite early. I don't know what I'm going to do, because I need a Guinness. I need a pre-match Guinness. I don't know if they sell Guinness near there, because it's a posh area, innit? You know what I mean? They'll be selling caviar and cocktails, won't they, before the game? But Jeffries away? Ah, yes. So if I see me Jeffries there, come and say hello. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'll just find a nice little spot and do my intro. I've been stretching so I can get my leg just above my ankles now. So I'm practicing. You know what I mean? I can do a mean shindig. You know, I'm not quite up to the roundhouse yet. Only when I sit down. I have to do sit down exercise classes. You know what I mean? But anyway, Jeffries, if I don't see you for a week, I'll see you for the window. So anyway, take care, Jeffries. And peace!